How's it going, guys? So I'm driving the daily on my way to visit my mom. She lives in Prairie du Chien, so from where I live it's about an hour and 45 minutes, but I'm actually using my phone to do this as usual. Got a nice little case with a stand to set it up, but anyway, wanted to explain kind of why I've been a little inactive on my YouTube channel and a few other things, but part of the reason is that, well, I haven't gotten done with getting the red car out of the garage. It's basically ready to be junked. That's what I'm doing with it. I'm junking it because nobody wants it in its current state anyway. So I still need to cut the harness bars out, and there's still one roof rail attached that I need to get off, which is a bastard because the 3M double-sided tape actually worked very well at holding that on. So I got to take a heat gun to it and kind of like pry on it with a tool, and it's a lot of work. But and then there's like a couple things I got to take out, like the PCM and the fuel line adapters. But yeah, other than that, it's ready to go. So yeah, that's the reason I haven't really been making videos, because I haven't even really done anything in the garage. As soon as that car is gone, I will make more videos, because I'll have the black car in there, and when I get parts and I'm like replacing stuff, I'll make videos. But as of right now, almost nothing has been happening to the project car situation. As far as my daily goes, it's a little different story. I've kind of accepted the fact that my black car might possibly not even be done this year. I've got so many parts to buy. I got to buy the BC Racing coilovers, because I am not going back to just struts and lowering springs. I'm gonna buy the BC Racing coilovers. I'm buying a built engine from a friend of mine, and that's a good chunk of change, because it is built, like forged pistons and ARP made studs and all that good stuff, a whole bunch of other things. And then I'm gonna have my friend build the engine. I was going to do it myself, but he said that he wants to do it. He offered to help, and he did such a good job the first engine that I said okay, so I'll have to pay him for that. I think I'm just going to reuse my XP cam, because it is a pretty good cam, and there's no reason I shouldn't be able to make over 350 to the wheel with that cam. So, and then I'm going to get the Mesier electric water pump for it, and replace the carpet, put brand new carpet in it, get the whole car buffed and polished. I'm buying a brand new set of wheels and tires for it. They're going to be TSW wheels, I'm pretty sure. And I've pretty much made up my mind on those. So there's a lot of money besides that I still have to put into it. Like retrofit headlights, have to get body panels painted, like bumpers, the spoiler, all that stuff, the lip. So I've kind of accepted it's going to take a while before it even gets done. And the daily has before just bored me to death. I mean, it's a 2000 Ford Focus hatchback. There ain't much to it. As a car guy, you know, you really can't leave much stock. I wouldn't say that my Focus is modified, but I'd say in the last week I put new rims and tires on it. I put brand new pair of factory headlights on it, because the old ones were so fogged over. I can see a lot better at night now. I put Ford Focus floor mats in it, which were like $80, but they're nice. I mean, they're black. They have the word Focus embedded in them, so for $80, I mean, why not? And I didn't have floor mats in it in the first place, so. And then I had to pay some money to get the control arms with the ball joints and outer tie rods replaced, because I was gonna fix it myself, but I thought it was the inner tie rods. I don't have the tool for that, and I've never done that. So And in the wintertime, with my Pontiac in the garage, I don't have a lot of space. So I just took it to the shop and asked them to do the inner tie rods, but it turned out it was actually the ball joints and the outer tie rods. So they replaced that and did an alignment, so that cost a few $100. And then I put I found on eBay like an LED third brake light that goes right under the, like at the top of the hatch. That was like $30. So, and it didn't. The one I had was broken and didn't work. So I said, why not? And then there was a problem with the crank sensor wire. I've tried to remedy the situation by wrapping it in a few layers of electrical tape, but it seems that over time it just keeps randomly having that problem. I'll just be driving, and all of a sudden, like the car will hiccup, like I hit the brakes or something. And so I just went to the store and bought some plastic wire loom and put a little, just covered that section of the wire with that, so it'd be protected. But I am no way in enhancing the performance as far as like power and stuff. I kept thinking about putting a cold air intake on it, but all the like decent cold air intakes are over $100, and it's like I'm not really looking to make this car fast anyway, so like why bother? I just did a few things to make the daily a little more exciting, because I know I'm going to be driving this for quite a while. So I said, why not? And the wheels I put on it are actually Focus SES wheels. They look just like the Focus SVT wheels. They're just a slight difference with the center caps there. But they're really nice. They're like a painted, like charcoal silver. They look awesome on the car, actually. The only thing I'm missing are the forward center caps. The Focus SES wheels actually came on the 2010 to, or maybe 2009 to 11 Ford Focus. I can't remember, but I mean they fit right on and they look great. So they got a good deal on them, brand new also. So yeah, so that is the whole situation going on with me. The government shutdown really halted my progress on buying car parts for the Pontiac. It was a 35-day shutdown, and I was not getting paid. As you can see, I work for the USDA. This is my parking permit. But yeah, 35 days I wasn't getting paid. I did get back pay, so I got like a big deposit in my account when they finally reopened. But I'm finally getting back into the swing of things after that, and paid bills and stuff. So I'm going to start getting more parts for the Pontiac and getting that engine paid for, because the engine is like the main starter. I have to get the transmission built too. That's going to be a good chunk of money, because I'm not going into this year with maybe 350 wheel horsepower and a stock tranny. I will say my last transmission held up pretty well. I think it's still holding up, because at the end of the season I did that burnout, and I don't think it was slipping yet. So, but with all the abuse from last season, I'm afraid that when I finally take it back out, I do a few pulls and it's going to break right away, and I'll be down for a while. So I'd like to get it all done at once and do everything. Another thing I'm going to buy, tubular control arms for the Grand Prix. They're like $500, but they'll look great, and I want to redo like everything on the suspension. Tubular control arms and rear trailing arms, and lateral links from BMR suspension. But yeah, I'm gonna redo a whole bunch of stuff, as well as swapping parts over from the red car, obviously. Oh, another thing I did buy for the daily, I bought a full polyurethane bushing kit from Energy Suspension. It's polyurethane bushing for like every bushing that's in the suspension on the car. So you're talking control arm bushings, the coil spring blockers in the back, sway bar bushings, and all sorts of bushings for the suspension. it was like $150, but I know the bushings, all the bushings in the back are probably shot. This car was pretty neglected before I got it, and even I neglected it for a while after I got it. But I've been taking much better care of it in the last year and a half, maybe. Put full synthetic Mobil 1 oil in it with Wix oil filters, making sure I maintain everything because it's my daily driver. So, but yeah, that was like $150, and in the back, and on snowy roads, and maybe if there's some ice on there, it is really loose in the back. It's scary actually, because it feels like the back end is skating or fishtailing. So I bought that. I'm gonna put those on when it gets a little warmer, and that should help a lot. So this car should pretty much drive like a new car. The only thing I need to do is the front struts, because not sure how good the wheel bearing is on the driver's side, but I did have to get a strut and spindle for the passenger side like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, because that wheel bearing went to shit and I had to replace it, but had no way to press the old wheel bearing out or push the new one back in. So I just bought a spindle, bolted on the strut and the spindle, and that was that. But I want to make sure those are done so that the car is going to be good for a long time. This car has 217,343 miles on it right now. So I think it'll keep going quite a while if I keep up on oil changes and change that tranny fluid. Hiccup. I seen a guy with a Ford Focus, same engine as mine. It was a ZX3 too, that had 394,800 miles on it. That is insane. And it was an original engine too. So yeah, I was kind of surprised with that. But that was a update on everything going on. I might try to get some video footage when I'm up in Prairie, dump it into my next video, but until then, see you guys later.